All right, hey, what up, guys? We're going to continue talking about some footwork, and I want to just review some stuff and then apply it to maybe a slightly different approach to foot sweep or podsiechka in Russian or sasai in judo. So first, I just want to look at stances. Put your right leg back. This, for again, just to review, we're going to call this an open stance, or like it's a mirror stance, right? If you were switched, we have the match stance. This is a closed stance because there's no opening. We're like right here, we have four legs, right? It's kind of like a table. If he takes that leg back, this is still kind of like a table, but it's like a hallway table that has to lean against a wall, right? They need that wall to stop the opening here, right? So this is not the most optimal stance. There are times to do it, but generally, as a rule, your initial grip should be matching your lead leg, right? So, right this. That's why people end up in this conventional stance with the matched feet and the matched grips, right? But sometimes you'll see people either reach with their rear, switch with their rear, and he's reaching with his lead like he's supposed to, and they end up in an open stance, right? This is an opportunity for him because I'm overextending, right? So you take this as your initial grip, but keep that leg back. Yeah, like so some people, if they, and don't lock your knee, yeah, this stance, right, leaves an opening here. So this is I want to use a term that I learned from Matt Lindland, which is the tip of the triangle, right? So triangle would be his 2 feet are the bottom of the triangle. Up here would be the tip of the triangle. You're always trying to throw somebody where the tip of the triangle is, right? So switch your feet back to a closed stance. The tip of his triangle right now is my foot, and the tip of my triangle is his foot. This is very stable. So like in order for him to throw me, he has to deal with this foot, right? It makes it more of a challenge. If somebody reaches with their rear, switch back now, as their primary, now the tip of the triangle is open, right? So don't move your foot when I'm going to steer you. When you steer somebody towards an open tip of the triangle, don't move your foot. What happens, right? Oh, there's your throw. But you saw what he did. He had to move his foot to get back that balance, to fill the tip of the triangle, to stop the throw, right? So if somebody takes this stance, this is a great opportunity for foot sweeps, okay? So normally, switch back. Normally people, and this is not wrong, this is just typical, they'll practice foot sweeps, either sasais or moving back and forward, like we'll match our steps, right? We walk, 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 catch him when he's walking. Not wrong at all, but I don't really see too many people, now switch your stance, talking about trying to set up this dynamic, right? Where you have an open stance, I've got him off balance by overextending here, and now I'm working my sweep, because just a little steer will bring him off balance. So if I'm steering and I step in, he has to, right? He has to move that foot to get that balance. So I would switch back. So even in the conventional stance, when we do our walking, right? Walk, 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 walk. So you want to look at this, it's the same situation. My foot is in the tip of the triangle, so this is what a normal sasai would do, right? I'm getting out of the way and I'm moving something out of the tip of the triangle. But when people are moving, grip fighting, and blah, 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 look, tip of the triangle's right there, right? We both have a lead grip. This is an opportunity for me. I know that if I pull him a little that way, he's going to have to take a step, right? So what I want you guys to do today is to move around. First, we're going to just stand and feel what it feels like, right? So let's say we're here, I reach for that, boom. And now he just steer me. Feel it. Whoa, I got to put my foot there, right? Then I want you guys to play with match stance, open stance, but we both have the lead grip. We're fighting this. This is another common situation, right? So we both have a possibility to be thrown because the tip of the triangle is out here. Right, so I want you to work on not pulling, pushing a little bit this way. Boom, right? It's like almost like a hook. Boom. And you don't need much because he's already there, right? I don't even need this grip. And especially if you're going to be going with jiu-jitsu guys, once you establish 2 grips, oftentimes they know, oh, this guy's a good thrower. He's going to sit right down, right? 1 grip is safer against jiu-jitsu guys, safer in the sense that you're not giving them a telegraph of what you might be doing. But just a little bit of that, right? Now you do your sasai, boom, right? And catch him in the act there, all right? Or if we end up, or if we both had, if he made the mistake of, boom, reaching from the rear. Like maybe he started here, right? But he wants this collar, boom! Now I have my moment. Or he's trying to get my sleeve. But even if he has his sleeve in the rear, if I can grab his sleeve and overextend his arm, right? If I grab his sleeve and overextend his arm, now I've got what we essentially wanted, was overextension over the tip of the triangle, and then I can just do a normal, keep pulling, right? So you guys are going to work round and round. First, you will have an open stance. Let's go this way towards the camera. One person will, I'll do the reach. Boom, reach. And then you take this, you steer me to the floor. Just, yeah, so people can feel that. Then we'll do the same, right? I'll overextend. Now you're going to make me step. So remember, you pull me a little sideways, not back. Boom, right? Then you're going to do the same thing, but catch me with the sasai. Yeah, right? Then we're going to do the sleeve, right? So we both start with the lead grip, defending with this hand. We're both going to be reaching for grips. So let's say I get his sleeve. And we're usually, this is why people don't want to overextend. They're somewhere in the middle here. They know if they go too far, they're off balance. If he gets me too far, off balance. So what I want you to do is you're going to give a little pull. See if you can pull me instead of straight back. Remember, we're going to move me sideways. So pull me that way. Yeah, boom, like that. And then do the sasai. Boom. All right? So that is today's lesson. Ready? Go. All right, so let's take a look at a slightly different grip here. So if we have our matched stance, right? No, matched. Yeah. And we have our conventional grip. We're gonna do a little bit of a different grip, kind of in the theme of what we've been doing with going for the Georgian or the Russian. This is a variation on the foot sweep grip that I learned from Kurnoy. So again, now we're not in an open stance, we're in a matched stance, right? So my foot is in the tip of the triangle. So that will have to move when right? So if I take my step and do the sasai, now I'm moving something out of there. There's no support in that tip of the triangle. But we're gonna be steering this way. Like we've just been working on pulling on the arm. So now we're gonna do something a little different. We're gonna steer at the tricep, and this hand, rather than gripping the collar, we're gonna look for the mid-back between the shoulder blades. Not the full belt grip, but the mid-back. So our forearm is resting on his shoulder. So when I make him step, I'm literally gonna do this kind of motion, pushing my forearm into him. Like loading him. That's the steer, right? It's not this, it's not this. We can still pull him first with the jacket here, right? Because I want to pull him towards where my foot is, right? So I'm not going to do the sweep yet, but I'm still going to lift and pull him a little. But when I do the sweep, I want to drive my forearm into his shoulder. That's going to force weight down on that side, right? So over here. So I'm taking a step. One thing I see a lot of people like making a mistake on this throw is they try to sweep this foot, and the weight is already kind of on that foot. So it's extra work to make him make that step. So we'll see a lot of failed foot sweeps, Sasai's, and they end up looking like they just hit a tree, right? So just always remember, it's so much easier to go for the rear leg. It's counterintuitive. It feels like this is the leg I want. But for sweeps on the lead foot, we're looking to do more from the side. You know, getting them from the side and stuff. But from the front, it's really hard. That foot is the one that we want. So right here, I've got that grip, right? I'm going to step to the outside of him, and I'm going to lift and turn him. Remember, on the 45 over there, I'm not going to just turn immediately. That will weight his foot right down. I want to get him moving and then steer him. So we're here. So I'll step on the 45, pull him on the opposite 45, then start to steer him into that, right? And that steer, this motion of driving my forearm onto his shoulder, boom, really weights that foot down once he takes the step. So we're here, I'm stepping and pulling. See, he already is taking that step. This is the what we're going to do. How do you get that grip? Just like what we've been working in the other classes, a little snap down. Boom. He'll posture. Now I keep my elbow down, right? It's harder for him to posture. And then I take my step and I pull and steer. And you see how my foot is connected. This is the other thing you don't want to do. Some people are tapping it and not continuing with the sweep. Once I do this, I'm connecting. I don't disconnect my foot until he goes over. Everybody clear?